Hello and welcome to Coffee with Correspondent. I am Ayesha Saddiqua and आज के शो में हम बात करने वाले हैं फिर से मेल रेप केसेस की। हमारे पिछले सेगमेंट में आपने देखा कि किस तरह से पाकिस्तान के अंदर चाइल्ड अब्यूज, मेल रेप बढ़ता जा रहा है, उसी तरह से जिस तरह से women rape. So now people are not talking about it, people are not willing to talk about it. There are lack of laws and rules and regulations जो associated हैं मेल बॉडी के साथ, मेल उनकी sentiments, उनके molestation के साथ जो चीज़ें associated हैं उसके खिलाफ पाकिस्तान में laws नहीं बनाए गए हैं. So we discussed हमारी पिछली वीडियो में, जिसको देखने के लिए you can subscribe to our channel at thecorrespondent.pk so to have an idea कि what happened, but we'll give you a recap कि हुआ क्या था. So लाहौर के अंदर 3 दोस्तों ने मिलके एक चौथे दोस्त का रेप किया था और ये स्टूडेंट्स थे, एक यूनिवर्सिटी गोइंग यंग स्टूडेंट्स थे 21 साल के, जिन्होंने सारी चीज़ें की थी. और ये केस सामने आया बिकॉज इस केस को किसी एक एक्टिविस्ट ने ट्वीट किया जो कि उनके दोस्त थे और जिसकी वजह से मंजर आम के ऊपर ये केस आया और उसके ऊपर हमने सोचा कि बात करना बहुत ज़रूरी है, ये बात आवाम तक पहुंचाना बहुत ज़रूरी है बिकॉज ये इशू सिर्फ उस एक विक्टिम का नहीं है बल्कि इस तरह के बहुत से केसेस हैं जिसको दबा दिया जाता है. आज हमारे साथ वो मौजूद हैं, हारिस ज़ियाद, हु इज़ एन एक्टिविस्ट एंड इज़ वर्किंग अगेंस्ट cases of child molestation and male rape, or he is the one who broke the story in Pakistan and he is available with us on call और हम उनसे पूछेंगे कि किस तरह से उनको ये पता चला and how the victim is dealing with the trauma and stuff. So welcome Haris to the show and सबसे पहले आप हमें ये बताएं कि आपको इस इंसिडेंट के बारे में कैसे पता चला.
Thank you for inviting me on the show. Pleasure to be here with you. So I got to know about the incident from the victim's cousin. He's a friend and he knows I'm closely working, against child abuse, and we are making a documentary as well on child abuse. So he knew, I have exposure to such incidents. That's how I got to know about it. He got in touch 2 days after the incident.
Okay. So since you were already working in this field and he felt comfortable talking to you, so this is why, and I think we should all create a platform, create an environment जहाँ पे लोग अपने मसले मसाइल के बारे में हमसे बात करने में comfortable feel करें. So next we want to know कि obviously it's a huge trauma. And last we heard कि जो victim है, जो नौजवान है, वो मुल्क छोड़ के जाने वाला है because he cannot stay in this environment anymore और उसको help की ज़रूरत है जो कि उसको किसी foreign country में he will be seeking that. So उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा हमें बताएं कि where is the boy now?
Yeah, so the victim has left Pakistan. The parents waited for him to actually get a little better physically, of course. Mentally, he's in a lot of trauma and agonizing trauma and agonizing pain, both. So they waited for him to get a little better. So they left the country, and I really wanted them to pursue the legal, battle fiercely. But their primary concern was to take their son out of Pakistan because he was mentally extremely disturbed and traumatized. So they are in touch with me, but right now they're very, very reluctant to proceed with any legal action because of the stigma attached. And it's considered a taboo for a man to come up with any sort of sexual crime complaints. So we'll wait it out. We really want them to actually pursue the matter so that the culprits could be identified and they should be punished.
So yes, that is totally true कि पाकिस्तान के अंदर obviously laws भी नहीं है, there's a stigma attached. लोग समझते हैं कि एक आदमी के साथ इस तरह से कैसे हो सकता है, उसको सही से प्रोटेक्ट नहीं किया जा सकता. So there are different types of trauma. Obviously, एक mental है, physical thing attached है. There are so many things he will be going through. So tell the audience something about that.
The biggest trauma, other than going through sexual violence, was the fact that his friends did this to him, and the friends that he knew from childhood, he knew from school, and that's, I think, the biggest trauma that he's facing right now. And it will take years for him to get out of this trust deficit that has been created by his own friends. You see, of course, subjecting someone to sexual violence is horrible, but the more abominable fact is that his friends did it to him, and which I really don't think anyone can get over, with the fact when your own friends that you've known since childhood, since school days, can come up with something as abominable and horrible like this.
तो ये बिल्कुल आपकी बात सही है, यहाँ पे आई विल एग्री विद यू कि एक इंसान के दोस्त ही होते हैं जिसके साथ वो खुल के बात कर सकता है और वो कम्प्लीटली फील करता है, वो अपने आप फील करता है और उनके अंदर कन्फाइड करता है. जब दोस्त ही आपके बेस्ट फ्रेंड्स, आपके बचपन के दोस्त आपके साथ इस तरह से करें तो इंसान किस पे भरोसा करे और किस पे नहीं भरोसा करे. तो यहाँ पे एक सवाल उठता है कि क्या ये इकलौता इंसिडेंट था, वाज दिस द ओनली इंसिडेंट, या फिर कोई रेड फ्लैग्स थे, कुछ इस तरह के इंसिडेंट्स थे जो कि इससे पहले हो चुके थे जिसकी वजह से आगे फ्यूचर जनरेशन या कल को ताकि लोग बच सकें, ताकि उनको पता हो कि ये रेड फ्लैग्स क्या हैं.
So while talking to him, I asked him particularly that, was it the only incident that happened, or were there any other incidents that actually, are linked up with whatever happened that day? So he told me that, since his college days started, his friends, these three and other friends, they used to grope him for fun. They used to talk about the fact that he wears shorts, and the groping was very, very common, and that made him actually very, very uncomfortable. And that was like a red flag, but he ignored it because they were his friends and childhood friends, and he took it like just the normal shenanigans of youth. But you see what happened that day, while they were actually subjecting him to sexual violence, one of the friends, and this is very important, and I think it's very pertinent to mention here. One of the friends said it, so you were always wearing these shorts just to create lust in us, that we do something like this. He categorically, that boy, mentioned him wearing shorts 2 or 3 times. So that actually left me with a lot of questions, as in, we talk about women wearing clothes, revealing clothes that lead to sexual crimes, but this is the first I've heard that a man is subjected to sexual violence on the mere fact, one, he was he feminine looking, trans looking. They alleged him of having trans looks, but he had a girlfriend too. So even if some people want to come up with different explanation, different notions, he had a girlfriend. So this the whole background of he might be a gay or anything is completely negated. So for the first time I've heard this, that you see a man being subjected to any kind of sexual violence, that too by his friends, educated friends who are actually in a university, studying in a university, living in posh areas, with the mere fact that he was wearing shorts as well, and he used to wear shorts, and he used to create lust. So that itself is very, very disturbing.
So that is very true, because हमेशा से ये victim blaming की जाती है, और इस केस में भी कुछ इसी तरह का नजर आ रहा है कि victim blaming की गई. विक्टिम ने क्या पहना हुआ था कि उसने उनके अंदर ये लस्ट जगाया. सो आज से पहले हमें सिर्फ ये मालूम था, आम आवाम ये सोचती थी कि लड़कियां इस तरह के कपड़े पहनती हैं, इस वजह से उनके साथ ये होता है, पर अब ये कौन डिफाइन करेगा कि लड़कों को क्या पहनना चाहिए और क्या नहीं पहनना चाहिए. सो पाकिस्तान के अंदर कोई लॉज, कोई रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन एज सच एग्जिस्ट नहीं करते हैं. जो लॉ है उसके अंदर भी स्पेसिफिकली विमेन, फीमेल जेंडर का मेंशन है. तो किस तरह से ये इफेक्ट करेगा इस तरह के केसेस, इस तरह के विक्टिम्स को? बिकॉज देन ऑब्वियसली दे वोंट सीक हेल्प इन पाकिस्तान, दे विल ऑब्वियसली बी गोइंग के बाहर जाके किसी मुल्क में अपने ट्रॉमा का इलाज कराएं, या फिर वहाँ से किसी से लीगल हेल्प भी अगर किसी को चाहिए हो तो वो उस तरह से उनको परस्यू करें.
Since I am actually looking at the child abuse issue since a couple of years now, and we are working closely on this, we are also making a documentary about it, highlighting the plight of child abuse victims. So, other than child abuse, we've also come across other rape victims, both men and women. So there are a couple of things that, which are very, very startling. Number one, there are no rape laws against men in Pakistan. So if a man is being raped, there are no proper rape laws that cover them up. There's a big hiatus that needs to be covered. So if a man is raped, there actually, in all honesty, there's actually no law that protects them. There are laws against sodomy and other immoral acts or activities, but there are no proper rape laws against men in Pakistan. This issue needs to be addressed. We need laws which cover, men as well, because it's not just the first incident. There are many incidents where men have been subjected to sexual violence. There was an incident in Islamabad where, this food app guy was raped by university students when he came to deliver food in a renowned university in Islamabad. The issue was highlighted as well at that time. And other than that, it's a very common practice, unfortunately, in villages, towns, and even cities now. Some hostels as well, some, well-known areas as well in the city. So it is something that has to be taken seriously, and we need laws against them. We need laws to, protect male victims as well, because this is actually going up at an alarming rate, and we really need to, counter this.
So yes, you're right. Pakistan lacks rules and regulation. Pakistan, the government and the people and the law enforcers, they need to realize that such incidents occur. First of all, we need to realize कि ये चीज़ exist करती है, ताकि हम इसके ऊपर laws बना सकें और फिर उनको enforce कर सकें. So at the end, just to wrap up the whole incident, to wrap up the entire sexual harassment and the molestation topic, just say a few words के क्या किस तरह से इसको counter किया जाना है, and how people perceive it, और कैसे नहीं करना चाहिए.
What people need to understand is that there are two different things. What someone is wearing, it might not be appropriate, it might not be in conformity with, the religious beliefs of a particular area or country, and subjecting someone to sexual violence or rape or molestation merely on the pretext of someone's attire, what someone was wearing. So they're two different things. So your criminal justice system has nothing to do with what someone is wearing. So whether you're wearing short clothes, revealing clothes, that's another thing. It might be immoral. Morality is subjective, so you can have your own opinion about what a particular dress code, moral dress code, quote unquote, should be. But then even if according to you someone is wearing clothes which are not appropriate, that does not give you a license to go and molest or rape them. The criminal justice system, if you look at the statute of, again, about rape or sexual violence, it does not talk about the fact that if someone is wearing revealing clothes, then this will not apply. So that applies generally. Whatever you're wearing, if you actually go and rape someone, it has nothing to do with the dress code. The law says that, if you actually rape someone, you are subjected to XYZ penalties. It does not say that, if you were wearing clothes like this, then you are subjected to less severe punishments, or if you're wearing a very moral, if you're in a moral code, if you're in the moral code of, the attire or clothes, you will not be subjected to harsh punishments. So they're two different things.
The exactly, Haris. I feel like there are many things जिसकी वजह से ये केसेस जो हैं वो सामने आते हैं, जिसकी वजह से केसेस ख़त्म होने का नाम नहीं ले रहे। और वो सबसे पहली चीज़ उसके अंदर ये है, लोगों को सिर्फ एजुकेट करना ही नहीं, लोगों को हम लोग दुनियावी तालीम तो दे देते हैं, बट वी नीड टू उनकी तरबियत अच्छी करने की ज़रूरत है। वी नीड टू मेक देम रियलाइज कि ये सारे इश्यूज जो हैं वो हम खुद, इंसान खुद ख़त्म कर सकता है। किस तरह से विक्टिम ब्लेमिंग ख़त्म होनी चाहिए, किस तरह से किसने क्या पहना है क्या नहीं पहना है, वो हमें कोई हक नहीं देता, कोई इजाज़त नहीं देता कि हम लोग अगले की जो स्पेस है उसको वायलेट करें। So thank you, Haris, for being with us today and telling us. We hope that the boy, the victim, finds solace. He finds, may his pain be eased. And that was all from today's Coffee with Correspondent. For more updates, stay tuned and keep watching the correspondent.pk.